I think that's interesting. We should see it not only as women in orthodontics, we should see also the problems that men in orthodontics also may figure. Because there is no one way, there are individuals. So there have been very few studies on the challenges faced by both women and men in orthodontics, leaving more questions than answers.
Are there any specific stereotypes we want to talk about?
In his controversial book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, John Gray highlighted certain stereotypical differences between men and women that he claimed create communication barriers, making it seem as though they are from different planets. However, many of these differences are contested, as they are often shaped by a combination of biological factors and societal expectations. These distinctions are not absolute, and individual frequency exhibit traits that challenge these generalizations influenced by personal, cultural, and environmental factors.
So what about work-life balance in orthodontics?
Well, in the work-life balance, women in orthodontics face societal expectations to balance career and family. It has already been said that, while men are expected to prioritize work over personal life, limiting their ability to pursue part-time as family-oriented roles. So we should see also the role of men in this situation, because they have some problems as well.
Indeed. So what about the parental leave?
Parental leave can disrupt career progression, particularly in private practice, and it may be harder for men to take due to expectations that they prioritize their career, even though it's legalized now even in Greece that they can have leave of absence for men as well. A study on work patterns between men and women in orthodontics in Canada found that women were expected to retire earlier, were more frequently married to a full-time professional, and were more likely to take career breaks than their male colleagues.
So about the gender bias and perceived competence?
Male orthodontics may feel pressure to maintain emotional detachment. For instance, when comforting a frightened child can be more challenging for a man to offer a hug compared to a woman. On the other hand, female orthodontists may encounter biases regarding their competence. Leticia Perillo already wonderfully mentioned that. A survey from India highlighted gender stereotypes in choosing an orthodontist, with male practitioners being described as more decisive, confident, and driven choices, less emotional, and maintaining expertise, while female orthodontists were perceived as having a friendlier demeanor. Of course, these are based on stereotypes.
So are there any salary disparities in orthodontics?
Oh yes. It is well established that women in orthodontics face pay gaps compared to male counterparts, even with equal qualifications and experience, even though the how and why of this finding remains to be explored. Female orthodontics earn approximately 79% of what their male counterparts make in daily pay. However, these differences warrant a closer look. As an average, men work more hours per week than women. Interestingly, female orthodontists reported working an additional week annually compared to their male colleagues, according to a 2020 AAO member survey based on about 800 members.
So about the leadership roles?
Well, women are underrepresented in leadership roles. In a recent study analyzing female representation in orthodontic societies that kindly sent us Professor Veit, key findings include that Central and South America highest female board representation, and female presidents were at 60%. In North America, there was the lowest female board representations, about 1 in 4, with no female presidents. Female roles where women were most represented in administrative roles, but underrepresented in leadership. As long as award recipients, the European Federation of Orthodontics has the highest female award recipients for 80%, while the American Board of Orthodontics had the lowest, just 15%.
Are there any stereotypes in pediatric care?
Well, when treating kids, women in orthodontics may be seen as more nurturing. That's another stereotype that's in favor of women, not for men this time, which may affect patient preferences regarding who is more suitable for orthodontic care provision of this kid.
So about appearance and perception.
Well, yesterday, as I was coming to this lecture hall, I noticed a female colleague in the middle of the road changing into high heels, which enhanced her appearance. Of course, this reminds me the pressure women in orthodontics often face regarding their appearance and professional image. Meanwhile, men may feel compelled to conform to traditional masculine norms, which can restrict their emotional expressiveness.